This team has been a little bit infamous on the showdown ladder, and it did qualify for the Japan Nationals with the Global Challenge, doing really well, featuring Choice Band Ting, Safeguard Vivillion, and Aurora Veil Iron Bundle. Let's see how this team is going to perform. This team features Vivillion Snow with Choice Band Ting. There are a lot of ways to set up a defensive position, with offensive Pokemon utilizing the Vessel of Ruin, Aurora Veil from Iron Bundle, Snow from Abomasnow, and Friend Guard Vivillion. This team really likes leading the Abomasnow and Iron Bundle to get the Aurora Veil immediately, or Ting with Vivillion that can do a lot of damage with Choice Band attacks while having access to Friend Guard and Redirection. Bulky, Xian Pao can catch a lot of players off guard and has haste to help out with the Dondozo matchup, and the Annihilate set with Roselli Berry can catch a lot of Flutter mains off guard while doing heavy damage to threats such as Iron Bundle, Chi-Yu, and Ting with close combat. If you'd like to check out the details of the team or the creator, they will be linked in the description. Iron Hands, Torkoal, Chi-Yu, the Armorurge, Entity, and Brute Banette. Oh boy, is this going to be some kind of policy bluffing the hard trick room, or is this actually going to be the hard trick room? Now, I have a really great answer in Ting. Ting is, of course, fantastic in this matchup, and I do have a way to prevent the trick room here, actually, with the Annihilate with Taunt, yet I don't know if I want to go with that mode right here. It is not exactly the best right here. We'll see. I can Safeguard to prevent Brute Spores, which is pretty solid. I could get Aurora Veil up potentially in this matchup, which seems pretty decent here. I like the idea of maybe going with the Ting plus the Vivillion immediately and just going straight for the damage output. Or I could lead maybe like the... trying to think what's the best play here. It's either going to be I think it's either Vivillion plus the Ting or it's going to be Annihilate plus Ting for taunt pressure immediately, which I do like here. I just don't know what they lead here specifically. I think I'm going to go with Vivillion plus Ting and then I'm going to have a Abomasnow and Annihilate in the back, and I think that's pretty good here. Oh shoot, Joy-Con drift, no. Oh shoot, oh shoot, oh shoot. Oh, I don't know. That's never a good sign. I hope I get all the 4 mods. I really hope I do. I really hope I do. If I don't, I should get Ting based on the new changes, but I wish that when you picked your 4 Pokemon, I wish it automatically went to done. B, seriously, man, why? This Pro Controller never had Joy-Con drift until recently, but all right. Armorurge Entity, so this is the best lead possible for me because I can go for a Choice Banded Earthquake plus a Pollen Puff pretty safely. I could also go for the Safeguard if I want to, but I think I am just going to go for an Earthquake immediately and go for the Pollen Puff and do as much damage as I possibly can. I could go for the Safeguard, which is good against the Brute Banette. I don't think it's necessary at the current moment, especially if they go for a Terra Grass with Armorurge and attack and Trick Room with the Entity, which is probably what I'm most scared of right here. I'm going to go for the Pollen Puff here into the Armorurge, and I am going to go for the Earthquake immediately right here. We are going to see a Terra come out from my opponent, which is not too surprising here. Going to be the Armorurge, Terra Grass, I'd assume. Yep, Terra Grass. So if they do not follow me, I do get a pretty decent amount of damage into that Armorurge with the Earthquake combined with the Pollen Puff. We see a Helping Hand immediately. Okay, straight for the Helping Hand. We are going to go for a Pollen Puff here. Are you a policy set? Don't tell me you're a policy set. We are going to see no policy. We are going to go for the Earthquake Choice Banded, and this is a pretty good situation for us as we get so much damage off, as you can see here. And Energy Ball going to be fired off in a Ting, but with the Friend Guard, even with Terra Grass, I don't expect it to pick up the knockout. It doesn't, barely. That's a Life Orb Armorurge. Holy cow. But we do survive. We can go for an Earthquake very safely, and Safeguard seems pretty safe here technically, but I think I'm just going to go for a Pollen Puff into Entity to cover for... well, if it's Dazzling Gleam, that's fine, right? I don't know if they're mint speed on both. I feel like Pollen Puff... Was it Psychic Seed Entity? It was not Psychic Seed Entity. Okay, so I'm pretty sure Earthquake plus Pollen Puff is pretty safe here because it covers for a Wide Guard from the Armorurge, and I might as well just cover for it just in case. We're going to see the swap out here for my opponent. Maybe the Brute Banette coming in. Gonna be the Oh, the Chi-Yu. Okay. That's not appreciated Earthquake right here. Choice Banded Earthquake and the Pollen Puff. I think they were just hoping to outspeed my Ting Lu and get the Dazzling Gleam off. But I am not going to fall for it. I am able to get the Pollen Puff, KO the Entity. And now we're able to get a Choice Banded Earthquake off in the Chi-Yu. And yeah, they're not able to do anything. No Trick Room turn 1 ended up being pretty bad for them. The Earthquake KOs the Chi-Yu. They have an Armor just super weakened. They cannot get Trick Room up possibly in this game because I always just make sure the Armor is just unable to get that Trick Room set up. And yeah, that Friend Guard with Vivillion being really clutch there. Even with no Assault Vest, the Friend Guard allows me to survive the specific Energy Ball Helping Hand, Terra Grass, Life Orb, Armorage. But we're going to see the Torkoal come in and oh boy, the Torkoal. I have an Abomasnow. I like the idea of actually just going hard Abomasnow here and going for the Pollen Puff into the Armorage. The reason I like this play is one, I get rid of the Sun, which is pretty good, but also like if it is Wide Guard on the Armorage for some reason, I do like the idea of just having the guaranteed Stomping Tantrum because I don't really deal much damage to it otherwise. Phantom Force Close Combat probably can do a decent amount of damage with Terra, but I think it just was a safer way to just win the game anyway because I didn't need the immediate damage onto the Torkoal. And yeah, like Vivillion plus Ting Lu, it's a very infamous combo was on the ladder, and yeah, I can see why now. Flutter Mane, Ting Lu, Amoonguss, Baxcalor, Palafin, and Arcanine. Okay, pretty standard matchup right here, which I will gladly take. They actually don't have a really great Hail matchup at all. They really don't have a great Hail matchup at all. So it's just, do I want to lead Hail or do I want to lead the Ting Lu plus the Vivillion? I kind of want to lead Ting Lu plus Vivillion because they always usually lead Arcanine. So I like the idea of back Hail with the Vivillion lead because I can probably just safeguard, prevent any Wisp here, which I think is super solid. And if they Terra, it's okay. I could also just switch out my Ting Lu if I want to out into something like my Iron Bundle. Iron Bundle is just really good here if I can just do a lot of damage here with the Terra Blizzard, especially with the Helping Hand right here. So I just need to weaken things on my opponent's side. What does my opponent bring, I guess, is the question. Palafin's weird in this matchup. It might be broad, but I'm not 100% certain. I feel like it's always Arcanine. I think the Baxcalibur is weird here because it can do damage to Ting Lu and the Vivillion, but it doesn't exactly resist blizzards. That's a problem. And then I have the defense boost. Amoonguss can be brought here if they want to go for the Terra Water strategy immediately, but I do have safeguards, so it's not like amazing if they don't know that tech. The Ting Lu on their side, they could bring it for specifically the Abomasnow plus the Iron Bundle, and then Flutter Mane, always just a great bring no matter what, I think. So they have a few options. I think Arcanine's going to always be brought here because they do need an Ice Resist. That's the only one I think I could really guarantee here. The rest, I think like you could go with like quite a few combinations because I don't think there's like any set 4 you could really bring in this matchup, because I think all of them are pretty equal otherwise. We're going to see the Flutter Mane plus Amoonguss combination. Oh, if I just let Hail, man. If I just let Hail. Okay, that's all right here. I do lead my Ting Lu plus my Vivillion. I just click Safeguard, and do I want to just go for a Terra Ground Earthquake immediately? That sounds really good here because they don't have a ground resist, and you know what? I might as well. Because if I can get rid of the Flutter Mane immediately, that sounds pretty good. A Choice Banded Earthquake is going to do a ton of damage, so I might as well. I absolutely might as well do as much damage as I possibly can if they don't have a ground resist. I'm going to safeguard to prevent any Will-O-Wisp, any spores, and go for that Earthquake and dish out as much damage as I possibly can onto these Pokemon right here. And what's beautiful is the Amoonguss, if it can't Pollen Puff, because hopefully the Flutter Mane's gone, and if it can't go for a... Okay, so we see a Terra on Flutter. And if it can't go for Pollen Puff because the opponent's knocked out, it is not that great of a Pokemon right here. And it can't redirect because I'm spread moves right here. So we're going to see the Terra on the Flutter Mane, Terra Fair. So I'm really glad I went for the Terra on the Ting Lu right here. Although I don't think Dazzling Gleam was pick up a knockout by any stretch of the imagination. I do like the idea of taking the Earthquake here, knockout, hopefully knock out the Flutter Mane. I'd really like that if possible. We'll see. They Rage Powder in case of Heavy Slam, which makes sense, but I did go for the Choice Banded Earthquake right here. Okay, they go for Dazzling Gleam. Which, how much damage does this do to the Ting-Lu? Not that much because of the Vessel of Ruin. We got a safeguard up, so if the Mungus went for Spore that turn, I was in a very safe position. Here comes the Earthquake right here. And that Flutter Mane is in range of Blizzard, which is a very, very important factor, actually. Because my Iron Bundle becomes that much stronger in this matchup. And Earthquake just knocks out the Flutter anyway, so... like, if that Flutter was maybe max defense, I don't know that calc, actually, but I'll gladly take the knockout onto that Flutter Mane immediately. Yamunga's gonna heal with a Citrus Berry. I met. Oh, it's not Citrus Berry. Oh no, it is Citrus Berry. It's like, it's just because the dome was covering it. Okay, what are you bringing out next? So you don't have a switch. I'm just Pollen Puffing probably here. Pollen Puff is super safe. And Pollen Puff is super safe into my Ting-Lu. Or protects Vivillion. Both work as well. Excalibur can come in, I suppose. Arcanine's gonna come in, okay. But they can't go for Wisp, and I get a Choice Band Earthquake, and if they let me get the Earthquake damage, they just get put into range of my bundle, so... Can I just protect here? Like, Flare Blitz is not gonna do much with Friend Guard, and they can't burn me. I might as well just click Earthquake. Or are they gonna forfeit here? I don't think so. They already used their Terra, though, so they're in a really bad spot. And even if they tear Arcanine into like grass, I just have Blizzard anyway, or Flying, because yeah, again, I have Blizzard in the back waiting to be clicked here. So I wonder what their last Pokemon is. Their last Pokemon's really going to have to carry. I think Ting-Lu could actually still make this maybe a game, but it's really tricky for them. I just try to put on as much offensive pressure as possible with the Choice Band Earthquake right now. I always protect the Vivillion because like Vivillion is very safe here. We're actually going to see a swap come out from the Arcanine. Okay, into the Palafin. Oh, so they're going to Pollen Puff. Oh, I see what they're doing. I think that's smart. They get an Intimidate off and they get a Pollen Puff off into Palafin. So the Mungus is taking the hit better as well. So smart play by them. Okay. I'll gladly take this though. Palafin shouldn't be able to beat a Bomb of Snow once I get a lot of damage to Arcanine. Pollen Puff going to come out into the Palafin. They're playing the endgame smartly. Okay. They had to switch out Palafin though. And if that's the case, I'm just going to Pollen Puff my Ting-Lu, get back more health and just Earthquake right here. They could Rage Powder to avoid it, but like I think Amoongus protects because they need the resource. They're going to swap out here. What? Into Arcanine? I guess they want Regenerators. Palafin protecting? I guess they have to risk crits because they're super down anyway. They Jet Punch my Vivillion. Okay. I'll take it. Because I get huge damage into the Arcanine. It's not going to pick up a knockout though. But I'll definitely take some beautiful damage right here. Oh my god. I crit the Palafin. Unfortunate for them. But even if I didn't crit Palafin, the Arcanine took so much damage. It's in Blizzard range potentially if I swap out. I mean, I had Iron Bundle plus a Bombstone in the back. I felt very safe about this game. The only problem is like if the Hydro Pump misses, because I think I had to click Hydro Pump in this situation. I don't have to now because I just win the game by clicking like Blizzard plus switching to Bomb Snow. And actually, now that I think about it, yeah, that was just a super safe play. They really did not have anything here for it. I'm just going to click Blizzard and I'm going to go into Bomb Snow. That was going to be forfeit. But yeah, they just struggled against the Ting-Lu because the thing about the balanced teams like that one is they don't have a ground immunity unless they're running like the Dragonite version. So I was just able to really break through with the Terra Ground Earthquake. They really didn't get that much value out of their Flare Mane, and yeah, huge damage for my Hail Mode in the back to do really well. All right, we have Solo Dondozo, Chi-Yu, Glamora, Flutter Mane, Ting-Lu, and Dragonite. This is pretty similar to the team that we used with Nails' top 4 Fort Wayne Regionals team, and there's actually been a team that qualified for Japan Nationals that's pretty similar. I don't remember the sets though. I think it was Citrus Berry Dondozo. I could be mistaken here. Should be Hex on the Flutter Mane. Actually, did we use this team? No, we did not use this version. I think it should be Hex Flutter Mane though. If it's Hex Flutter Mane, it's a little bit tricky dealing with Dondozo. I mean, just Glamore is going to be a little bit of a headache here. Okay. I like the idea of... Am I going to go Annihilate in this matchup? Annihilate's not too bad here. Yeah, Annihilate's not too bad. But the thing is, it's... Is this no Vivillion? It is probably no Vivillion now that I think about it. Friend Guard's nice, but it's not necessary. I think I'm going to go with Iron Bundle plus the Abomasnow for the Hail. And then I think I'm going to set up for the Ting Lu and the Annihilate. Because I think Annihilate's really good here, especially if I get the Aurora Veil set up. And Ting Lu, of course, good against Fluttermane Chi-Yu, but also like ground coverage is amazing here. The only things I'm worried about are A, if they actually bring the Dragonite in the back. I also got to watch out for like the Fluttermane Glamora plus Chi-Yu. Specifically, the Glamora plus Chi-Yu is actually pretty scary. I don't have the best answers to it. The Aurora Veil can go a long way, and I do have a lot of special defense on the Iron Bundle right here. So maybe we have a shot of surviving a Power Gem. Let's see here. Gonna be the Dondozo Ting Lu combination. Okay, I don't remember if this is actually Stealth Rocks on the Ting Lu here. But I don't mind just going straight for a powerful energy ball right here and getting that Aurora Veil set up, because the Aurora Veil is going to go a long way, I think, throughout this match. The Ting Lu could also Terra here. I think they're usually Terra Poison on this build, maybe Terra Water, but I do like the idea of getting rid of Dondozo, which is a really hard Pokemon for me to actually knock out. We're going to go for Aurora Veil, and we're going to go for Energy Ball immediately into that Dondozo. I don't expect a Terra right here from the Dondozo at least. Ting Lu, I could definitely expect a Terra, and if it Terra's into Poison, I have my... I just have my own Ting Lu that just clicks Earthquake at that point, so I'm okay with that. And so this could be Stealth Rocks plus a Yawn setup right here. If it is Stealth Rocks, I can't remember if this is 6th Stealth Rocks. We're going to see a Terra come out from my opponent, so I think this has to be Ting Lu, right? I don't think this is ever Dondozo. It is Ting Lu, yeah. Poison? Water. Okay, that works too. Okay. So, good thing I did not waste turns by going for Blizzard or Hydro Pump immediately. I get pretty much my best turn possible, which is Aurora Veil setup right here. So we will have the Aurora Veil with the Iron Bundle, which makes it a lot harder for them to actually pick up knockouts. Energy Ball going to come out into the Dondozo. Look at that damage. That's so much damage. Okay, that's a critical hit. I was just about to say, that's so much damage. I was not expecting Life from Abomasnow to do that much under the Vessel of Ruin. Gonna be, yep, it is gonna be the Citrus Berry on the Dondozo, which is not too surprising. And we're gonna see Stealth Rocks are gonna be set up and most likely a Yawn. Okay, that is a-okay by me. So Yawn, gonna go on an Iron Bundle actually. I don't really need my booster energy for anything, so this is pretty ideal right here. I can go out into, I have a few plays. The Ting Lu isn't too bad, or I can go Annihilate immediately so I can put on pressure against the Chi-Yu, which I'm a little bit scared of. Or I could just go for, what do I want to put on pressure against? Like, Ting Lu isn't a bad play here either. I kind of like the Ting Lu, but Annihilate's not bad either. I think I'm just going to go out into... I feel like Annihilate's just safer always. Yeah, and we can build up Rage Fist, I suppose. We're going to go for an Energy Ball into the Dondozo too. Because I'm not too scared of Ting Lu because we have the Aurora Veil set up. Heavy Slam's not really going to do too much with the Snow plus Aurora Veil. The Abomasnow is the only one I really want to deal damage to at the moment. So we'll bring out our Annihilate right here. Let's see what they decide to go for with their Dondozo, whereas Protect or switch out. No, none at all. Maybe it's another Yawn. We are able to get Energy Ball off, and goodbye Dondozo. Fantastic. So Dondozo eliminated is amazing for me because I don't have to worry about Yawns anymore. It's also one of the Pokemon that walled my Iron Bundle. A Heavy Slam is going to come out into the Abomasnow. I actually did a bit more damage than I expected onto the Abomasnow, but overall still a very solid turn right here. Let's see who they're bringing out next. Fluttermane, Chi-Yu. If it's Chi-Yu, I'm just going to go for Drain Punch because they can't Terra because they already Terra'd here. Gonna be that Fluttermane, which is not too surprising here, okay? I have Roselli Berry plus... Yeah, I have Roselli Berry, so I feel very confident here. It's Speed Booster on the... Okay, it's Speed Booster, which is fine. I'm just gonna... Should I just Phantom Force? I feel like Phantom Force is pretty safe. Because they might Protect here in Earthquake if they have... Well, I don't expect the Ting Lu to have Earthquake. It could, though. I feel like Phantom Force is probably okay. Actually, no. I don't want a Terra. I'm going to Rage Fist the Fluttermane anyway. I'm just going to go for an energy ball into the Ting Lu and get some damage off. If they go for protect earthquake, if they have earthquake, I'd be surprised. They're going to protect. Get a Phantom Force. That's all right here. I don't think it's too bad. Because, like, what are they doing to Annihilate? Are they taking a knock on the Bomb Snow, which I think is way more likely here? I get the damage in a Ting Lu, which is fantastic here. Okay. Really good damage to that Ting Lu. Jeez. Special defense drop. Doesn't matter. Well, I guess it could for Iron Bundle, but I don't think it's going to be the case. Here comes a Heavy Slam. Okay. All right. Feeling pretty good about this position because now I can bring out my own Ting Lu. We have a Roar Veil set up. We can go for Stomping Tantrum pretty safely here in a Rage Fist, I want to say. And yeah, we don't take that much from Stealth Rocks, Vessel of Ruin, which is great against the Flutter Mane in case the Ting Lu switched out the previous or the next turn. We're going to go for a Rage Fist into the Flutter Mane. I think we're also going to double that Flutter Mane because at this point, like the worst I think that Ting Lu could possibly have is going to be what? A Ruination. I think that's like the worst move you could possibly go for. And I'm surprised. So there's no Dragonite probably in the back. I want to say it's going to be one of Glamora or the Chi-Yu. And I could always just get the knockout with a guaranteed Rage Fist plus Stomping Tantrum, doubling up that slot. So I either get rid of Flutter Mane, I get rid... If they target my Annihilate here, give me the Rage Fist boost, I might knock out the Flutter Mane plus whatever is and the Ting Lu. Or they do switch out. So let me see. Chi-Yu. Nice. Okay. That's pretty nice because that is just probably the thing that enabled the most damage here for my opponent. So Rage Fist going to come out, break a potential Focus Sash, which is absolutely beautiful. And then the Stomping Tantrum double up will allow me to KO here. Nice. So goodbye to Chi-Yu. And now I think they were mad that I doubled up. But it was just a super safe double up. There was really nothing they could do there. I felt super safe. I guess like what? The critical hit on Dondozo, unfortunate. But like, you know, that just happened. You have to go along with it. But yeah, they didn't have the best position afterward. Like I was able to get the Aurora Veil set up. I was able to just keep pressuring the left slot. Realistically, I did so much damage to their side of the field as well. And I got the end game right. Iron Bundle, Chi-Yu, Flutter Mane, Tyranitar, Lycanroc, Indeedee. Oh my goodness, this does not look fun. All right, what am I going here? I need to get rid of that Tyranitar Lycanroc combination as fast as possible. I don't think even Snow is that great in this matchup. I think my plan would probably be Ting Lu plus the Annihilate if I'm expecting the Tyranitar Lycanroc combination. And if they lead something else, which I think is less likely here because of the Ting Lu lead, because I'm probably like forced to lead Ting Lu always. I think this is probably okay. I think I'm going to bring Vivillion and the Xian Pao because I think I need Xian Pao to deal damage to the Terra Flying Tyranitar. I don't think Bundle helps me. I'm a slow Bundle. I do a special defense, but when my only attacking move is Blizzard and Hydro Pump, I just don't think I'm bringing the Iron Bundle in this game realistically and clicking Blizzards and Hydro Pumps and rely on that. I think Vivillion also helps because the Friend Guard could actually be like really clutch, especially towards those especially depending on like how much damage my Ting Lu takes from this game. We'll find out if this is going to be the case. We'll see. The only problem is Endeavor Lycanroc is actually super scary just because of the fact that, yeah, Tyranitar Lycanroc, I'm not too surprised. The thing about Tyranitar Lycanroc is, or Lycanroc against Ting Lu is Endeavor is actually like super scary because it's already does like instantly half of your HP right there, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, this is going to be a tough one. We're going to go for a Rock Slide here immediately. They do not have a good Rock Slide switch. Because we want to put the Tyranitar into Xian Pao range. I guess I could just go for Stomping Tantrum because I would like to threaten the other slot too. I do want to Terra. I do want to go for Stomping Tantrum, and I'm gonna Rage Fist the Lycanroc here. I thinking this is close combat and Terra Blast, maybe Rock Slide Assurance or Rock Slide Terra Blast. This also could be Endeavor and Low Kick. So I think the Terra covers all of them. We are going to see the Terra on probably the Tyranitar. Yep, because you don't want to be hit by the Annihilate close combat right here. Yep, it is going to be that Terra on the Tyranitar. Not too surprising. Okay. All right. Does Lycanroc protect or not? Probably not. As we Terra our Ting Lu right here, hopefully get rid of this Lycanroc immediately, because I do not want to play with that Lycanroc. Flinches, the Endeavor, they're all super scary. Just rather not deal with it. Come on. Okay, nice. A close combat, perfect. So we take very little damage because we did go for the Terra especially, and we're going to be able to go for a Rage Fist plus a Stomping Tantrum, which should pick up a knockout into that slot. So yeah, look at that beautiful damage. Could have went for Rock Slide, but I'm pretty sure after Sand Spit Def Boost. Oh, they went for Terra Blast into the Ting Lu. Surprising. Okay. Stomping Tantrum here into the... Okay, that's a pretty interesting turn. I'll definitely take it. Sand is building up onto the Tyranitar, which is pretty important for my Ice Spinner range into that Tyranitar. Okay. Which I think is pretty important because I am not max attack on my Shanpao, so I need a few turns of Sand, I think, in order to knock it out. Depending on his investment, of course. I don't know if it's actually like max HP or not. What are we going to see next? Fluttermane, Chi-Yu. If it's Fluttermane, that's probably a pretty good position. If not, we have a few answers. Iron Bundle is okay because we have close combat, so we can actually pressure the bundle. They already used Terra. We also use Terra, so no more Terras involved in this game is pretty nice. We're going to see the Iron Bundle actually come out. Okay. Do I want to save the Ting Lu? I suppose. I like the idea of Stomping Tantrum here. This might be Protect though from Iron Bundle and like a Terra Blast into the... I could definitely see Terra Blast here. Shoot, okay. If I expect Protect plus Terra Blast here, because that would be pretty safe here, because that means the Iron Bundle over survives, it's actually a little bit awkward. But I think I do just got to go for the Stomping Tantrum, and I think I do got to just go for the close combat. If they do go for that play, I have a backup, I think. Oh, they do. They just Hydro Pump. Okay. So we're going to trade 2v2, which I think is like a pretty reasonable trade here. I'll definitely take that. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Close combat in Iron Bundle. We'll pick up the knockout. Okay. I wonder if I should have went Vivillion, but I don't think Vivillion changes the roll after being -1, and I had to go for the -1. I would still have Ting Lu around, but I don't think it's worth it. But it's really going to depend on the last right here. Goodbye, my ape. Okay, we have Friend Guard on deck. I think it really comes down to the last Pokemon. And what the item is. Fluttermane? Okay, alright, that's best case. I need Ice Spinner to KO the Tyranitar, I think. I'm hoping that 2 turns of Sand allows me to KO the Tyranitar at this range with Ice Spinner. I'm probably going to just go for Dazzling Gleam, so I'm just going to Ice Spinner the Tyranitar. And I'm going to go for a Pollen Puff into my... Shanpao. Okay, we're faster than the Fluttermane. We do KO the Tyranitar. I hope they didn't click Moonblast. I think they just clicked Gleam in this situation, like Gleam Rock Slide. Yeah, okay. With Friend Guard, we should tank that. Not amazing, but we tank it. Okay, beautiful. We're able to get the... Pollen Puff. I think this Pollen Puff might have been a mistake, actually. I think I had to Pollen Puff the Fluttermane here. I think I did have to Pollen Puff the Fluttermane. Jeez, okay. I think I had to Pollen Puff the Fluttermane. Because the problem is the health didn't actually change anything. I thought like I would take the Gleam a little bit better with the bulk. But now I gotta Ice Spinner the Fluttermane. Because we should be guaranteed faster. Yeah, we're guaranteed faster. And yeah, there's not much we can do here. I either gotta hope it's a roll on Chien Pao potentially or not. I'm gonna Rage Powder and Ice Spinner. Because I definitely know it's not gonna be Max Speed Flutter. Ice Spinner, because we went first. Did he take care of the Flutter? Oh, that is a bulky Flutter. Let's see how much the Gleam does. It's KO. Oh, unfortunate. I feel like, yeah, that's pretty tough. Because Pollen Puff damage wasn't even enough to put in range of the Chien Pao. Huh. Trying to think of what I could do differently, but the problem is I don't think I could do anything differently there. I had to close combat. Hydro Pump into Vivillion. If I switch into it, no, it doesn't change anything. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out like if there is anything I could do that could change the game, which I think maybe if I save Ting Lu, I guess, and go hard Chien Pao. I guess it just depends on how much Dazzling Gleam does. Oh, I guess like I think I figured it out. I'll go over into post battle, but I think I do see a way out. But I had to know that it was guaranteed Flutter Mane, but I had like a pretty big suspicion it was Flutter Mane. And I had to know that they were clicking Hydro Pump that turn. All right, let's go over to games. Game 1 was able to set a very solid double knockout early, and without Trick Room, my opponent wasn't able to do anything. Game 2, my opponent had a tough time playing defensive against my Ting Lu, and I was able to prevent Spore or Will-O-Wisp with Safeguard that allowed heavy damage with Choice Band, Terra Ground, Earthquakes. Game 3, Snow was very solid and I was able to set up a Roarville early, training it for Stealth Rocks, but I had better damage output and covered any switches to ensure I always got a knockout. Game 4, this matchup was rough, but I do believe it was winnable if I preserved my Ting Lu and went hard into my Chien Pao to eat the Hydro Pump, as Vessel Ruin Ting Lu could have beaten the Flutter Mane, but I would have had to bank on the Flutter Mane being slower. Vivillion could have also been a play, but heavily depends since Vivillion would have fainted to Hydro Pump and the Sand Chip damage, while it would have came down to if the opponent locked into Dazzling Gleam or Moonblast with the Flutter Mane in the endgame. This team overall very fun. It's really hard for standard balance to really switch into ground coverage, and yeah, Choice Band Ting Lu, Friend Guard on Vivillion, Pollen Puff, just really great support overall. Very fun team. If you do want to try out, the rental code is on your screen available. You can check out the details of the team in the creator down in the description, and of course subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.